Thank you for the center cushion's perfect.
See?
Yeah, headphones.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming, and you found them. Good. Thanks for coming and spending Monday night with us again. And by the way, thank you to all of you that were there for the Proco stream. That was a lot of fun. I drew Stanley Propenko and his podcast partner as superheroes. So yeah, it was a blast. So if you missed it, go to Proco, the Proco YouTube channel, and you can find it there. And actually the next day or 2 days later, he painted me. He did like these little oil painting studies, which I watched and was amazing. It's beautiful stuff. So, and so today we're going to be drawing THANOS. And Meredith is hitting buttons. She's not even set up yet, but she's going around hitting buttons. Your computer's not even open.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean my computer's not open?
So apparently...
I'm paying attention to you, though.
There you go. Apparently Charles Petrie is not going to be with us for very long tonight because Montreal Canadiens are playing. You know who they're playing? The Maple Leafs. It's Game 7. So we were at friend's house, and they're huge Leafs fans, and they were worried that Game 6 was coming up, and they didn't want to lose that one. Apparently, they lost that one.
Leafs, go!
So
go, Leafs,
I had no idea because I
go.
just don't watch hockey. I'm a bad Canadian.
Sorry, Charles.
So
Go,
he said he might be able to make it for the
Leafs,
second intermission. We'll see.
Go, Leafs, go!
Mm-mm.
I don't want to show my colors or anything.
Oh, and by the way, I didn't see Henry. I did see Lance. Lance is here. I am Makayo Church is here. I
can't tell who's here because I don't even have YouTube open yet.
Well, see, El Padrino's here, and for Henry Jeremick's sake, and for all of you, here's my tiny little layout. There you go. And it's really actually based on a pretty classic shot.
I'm sorry. I need my reading glasses.
You couldn't see that at all. You know what?
It's so tiny and so faint.
You guys want
I have to put it to like 500 zoom.
Hang on, we'll zoom in here just for you. See if I can.
Your entire life
ridiculously
is
forever
just for me
to do this. There we go. There's the layout. So, and it's pretty well based on a classic picture.
Classic.
And I'm going to do them with Kirby
nothing
Crackle.
Like the classic.
Nothing
with
like
the crackle.
With the crackle.
Classic with the crackle.
You know what? Can you really do? And it's not a Kirby character. It's a Jim Starlin character. But, you know, it has a lot of Kirby DNA in it, I think. Very cosmic.
We'll see.
So I wanted to do the Kirby Crackle.
For some reason, Trenton Massey needs an air hug. So air hugs for Trenton.
And you know what I love about THANOS? THANOS is an unusual character that really isn't created by a writer-artist team. That is all Jim Starlin. Writer, artist, the whole works. And also very nice guy. I've gotten to talk to him a little bit.
Why do I think I feel like he's Canadian. I don't think he is.
He's okay. Now I don't want to say, I don't think that he is. No.
I think he's Canadian because I met him in Canada.
See, there you go.
I met him in Windsor, and I really believe only Canadians would come to Windsor.
See, we're very friendly here. If you've been to Canada, you are Canadian.
Or certainly Windsor. All right. So I saw Super Chat.
I saw that Greg L had a Super Chat.
Greg L had a Super Chat.
See, I saw it.
For $2. Greg says, hey, D&M, congrats on 150K.
Yeah, thank you so much, Greg.
Woo, woo. You guys called it. You said it would be by this Monday. Woo, woo.
You know, it's funny.
You know what I feel like that needs?
Applause. The applause that you hate. And you just cranked it all the way up.
I cranked it all the way up. I'm going to do it again.
Please, come on.
Woo! That kind of night, people.
Yeah.
That kind of night. I would have been down here before 8 o'clock, but I had to let the horses in. And then I realized the dogs were panting at me because they had no water.
Oh, the chickens, they have water, right?
I gave them water too.
Because I went by and they seemed like they were empty. And while I hate chickens.
Yes, I watered the the horses, the dogs, and the chickens tonight before I came downstairs.
You know what bothers me the most?
That you hate the chickens, but you love the chickens.
Chickens are so cute. So we have we have 5 of them.
But they are cute.
Man, did I ever not want chickens? I still don't. Don't get me wrong. But you go by their little cage, and they were like that big, and now they're they're growing. So
they're like a handful now.
And they don't hate us because we pick them up every day.
That's right. I don't pick them up all the time now.
Which means we can't release them back to the wild.
We cannot. I don't think they were ever wild. Never, ever.
Yeah. So I had a few things that I wanted to talk about today also.
Nope. We can't ever talk about my stuff. How come we can talk about your stuff?
Nobody.
You just roll your eyes and talk over me when I talk about my stuff.
I just caught myself from saying nobody cares about your stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what? This is a drawing.
Hey, you know what? It says Meredith and Dave in the title, which means Meredith gets time.
That's what you get for being nice.
That's what you get for being nice.
But I do actually have a couple of things that I need to talk about.
I'm nicer than you, so I'm going to let you talk after I read Honest Battler's $1.99 super chat.
Thank you so much, Honest Battler.
The Honest Battler wants to know, who is your favorite G.I. Joe? Cartoon, comic, or toy? Does anybody actually... Well, no, I'm not going to... Comic or toy would be my choice. I have never read the comic. But I did watch the cartoon and...
I'm torn. I remember when I was a kid and it was new, at the time, and they had a G.I. Joe movie, which I saw since then, and it was, it did not hold up. I got to be honest. But when I was a kid, wow, that was the greatest thing. And then I loved the figures, but really the vehicles that they had were amazing. And I never had G.I. Joe stuff. I had Star Wars stuff, so I can't complain.
What? I feel like I play with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the country, like country.
You know what? I had to make a choice about the stuff that I wanted.
We had a half-an-hour drive just to get to a poor mall.
Okay, I had to make a choice about the stuff I wanted. He-Man or G.I. Joe? I picked He-Man. I have no regrets.
No, fair enough.
I love G.I. Joe.
I can't argue with that. Yeah. I would have picked He-Man too.
So, okay, let me just mention Page One Comics, and I saw that Jimmy Reyes and I saw Jazz Singh is here too. I don't know if Dave Philpott managed to come by, but Dave Philpott is a writer. Jimmy is the artist and inker and really the
creator,
publisher of Dragon Rage for Page One Comics. They have an Indiegogo campaign that's been going on for a couple of weeks now. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago.
Can you move your keyboard? Why is that there?
I don't know. Better? Okay, now I'm going to put my keyboard back there. It's got to go somewhere.
That's fine, but you're all over my stuff.
All right. Anyway, the campaign ends on Wednesday. So it's almost finished. So hopefully you guys can go there and show them a little bit of support. It's beautiful work.
Support!
And they're great friends to the channel. And I eternally owe Jimmy. So yeah. Oh, and also I drew a sketch cover for Dragon Rage, which we put up on Jimmy put it up on the site. Apparently it sold really quickly, so it's already sold. But here it is. I told Jimmy that I was going to show it here. I feel a little bit sad that it sold already because I wanted to say, here it is. But anyway, so yeah, this was available.
You didn't even get to snooze and lose. You just weren't even aware.
It feels, but
not even fair, Jimmy. Not
Jimmy
even
has
fair.
All kinds of other really great rewards. Pins, and we brought out. I have a T-shirt. You still haven't got a T-shirt.
I got nothing.
I got
no love.
I got a beanie.
No T-shirt.
I got a toque.
No toque. No button. Nothing for Meredith. No love.
So yeah, don't miss out because it is coming to a close, and it's a beautiful book, and it definitely deserves all the support I can get. So let me get my reference before I start drawing.
Now I'm not even sorry that I interrupted about the keyboard.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because I got no love.
No love for Jimmy.
No love. Next time he calls, I'm going to answer. I'm going to go, hi, Jimmy. Then I'm going to go click and hang up.
You wouldn't do that to Jazz Singh, though.
Not to Jazz, but I'd say, hi, Jimmy, where's my T-shirt? And then it'd hang up. Honest Battler has a super chat for $1.99. Honest Battler says, please name a chicken like button. Look, I already got red circle ball. I don't know, like button. We've already got 5. Next year. We'll put that in the pot for next year. Come on, like button. Here, chicky, chicky, chicky. We need more chicken sound effects.
We do. I need better reference.
We need like the chicken dance. That's probably copyrighted.
You cannot possibly copyright a chicken dance. You want to get up and do a chicken dance, you go right ahead.
No, I mean the music.
Oh, I doubt it.
To the chicken dance.
I highly doubt it. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, one thing that I am actually a little concerned about. So I finished my next video, and it will be out in a couple of days. I actually haven't sent it out yet. I just got it rendered out. It was how to draw guns. Actually, I'll show you. This is I can't see it because I've got my reference up here. Let me make sure this is. So yeah, I've got this is the final gun that I did. And it was a blast. I did a couple actually. Here's more of a gun from reference from reference. And so anyway, I had a blast with it. And I'm thinking when you put it up, YouTube is very concerned about making sure that you don't have anything that, glorifies violence or has guns. And so I have a feeling I'm going to have to like flag my own video and say, oh, it's got guns, even though it's a drawing. I don't know.
I don't think you should.
You know what? I'm going to do it because
no,
you don't think so?
No, because it's instructional. It's not like how to fire a gun. It's just how to
draw.
How to draw.
Yeah.
Dot.
Fair enough. I mean,
we'll have to put up I'll come up with some super secret title that only we'll know.
Right. That'll help people find it.
You have to be an in the know person.
Right.
We'll Google different ways, different names for guns.
Okay.
If somebody has a cool, non-violent way of titling this video, we would appreciate it now.
You know what?
Johnny Fitz has a super chat for $5.
Okay. Thank you, Johnny.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Finch. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you're enjoying your holiday and not fighting, LOL. Dave tried to fight with me this morning, Johnny, but I just walked out of the room. But seriously, great seeing you guys live again. You did try to fight with me this morning.
I did. You know what? I just woke up grumpy.
You did. You woke
up a lot of
stressed
stuff going
out
on today.
But you checked off a lot of boxes, right?
I did. And
so now you're less stressed because you seem less stressed when you came up this afternoon.
I was feeling a lot better. Getting this week's tutorial video finished that was a big one. Sometimes those can really weigh on me. I find, truthfully, I love doing it. Sitting here drawing though, it really is much easier than coming up with like a.
No, the Habs scored. It's 1-0. Montreal, Toronto. You know
what? Toronto can't possibly go out first round again.
Did you actually say that out loud? Everybody who's a Toronto fan, knock on wood.
I don't even watch, but
they've been social distancing for 65 years.
Somebody say that online.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook post. I take no credit for that.
I don't want to say it seemed too clever.
It did seem too clever for me.
It's not your kind of humor generally.
It's not. No,
that's all.
Not. Jeff Wheeler, I'm more like, well, you guys see my kind of humor.
Yeah.
Weird. Jeff Wheeler wants to know, Meredith, how's the fence going? It's posts. Still posts. I did get fence delivered last week.
Yep.
I got some metal fencing delivered, so I can get it up. I can do perimeter fencing. I can't do anything until my field gets planted in August. So I'm kind of stuck. I can't put any more fence posts in. I'm kind of in a holding pattern. So I'll have to focus on other things, like finishing my chicken coop, because the chickens are going to need it by June 15th. That's the date. The chickens move outside, June 15th.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. It was how many weeks? It was a while. Like that happened fast.
They grow up so quickly.
They sure do.
Before you know it, they just fly the coop.
We're going to be empty now. Oh, man, I can't do it.
It's too late. You already did.
Yeah, I know.
You already did.
So I cut the grass yesterday.
We got a lawnmower. We had to get a riding lawnmower because we live on 30 acres now.
So I got one of those things that's got the handles and it spins in place. And that took a while to get used to.
I am never going to need to convince David to cut the grass though ever again. It was
so much fun.
He said more fun than his motorcycle.
I did not say that. I said almost as much fun.
We'll see if you feel that way 6 months from now.
Yeah, we'll see.
After a summer of cutting the grass.
All I know is I was just glad that we don't really generally, like, we've got some houses that are close, but unless they're sitting outside, pretty much I think I was able to do that thing without people watching, because wow, I was all over the place.
So you were super coordinated.
By the end of it, though,
you look like a professional.
I was doing great.
Good. I don't need to learn how to operate that particular piece of equipment.
You don't?
Because it benefits me not at all. That is
I thought you were going to say that you already were an expert.
100% your job. I didn't need to be an expert ever. That is totally your domain. All right. Call it a pew pew video. That's from Not a Person.
Hey, Not a Person's here.
Yep.
Haven't seen Not a Person for a while.
Mike R says how to draw pew pew. Devontae T how to draw boomsticks. Fat Cat 3211 drawing small arms.
Ingenious.
Okay, that's pretty good. I gotta admit. Comic Book Bob label is as firearms. Drawn guns don't hurt people. People with drawn guns hurt people. Wait, that's page 1 comics. Jimmy, I'm not reading any of your comments tonight. Stop commenting. I don't have my t-shirt. How to draw Mako Church. How to draw blasty blasties. Half Day says title it How to Draw Mechanical Stuff.
Yeah.
Honest Battler, $1.99. Guns. How to draw vacuum cleaners.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it's funny. Amateur Artist 1505 says, Meredith, here's a title. How to draw a specific tool. Instructional. That's good. Oh, dear. How to draw life enders. Matt Clash Gaming.
That is not better. It's not better. Appreciate the suggestion.
And I think it's a good time of the night to, as always, thank our moderator extraordinaire, Airgrove. Airgrove Art Dave has a new full-length tutorial on how to draw textures. 20% off in his Gumroad here.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Eric's the greatest.
Yeah, a whole ton of them.
We will never, ever shill our stuff, but Eric, man, he will always will. He's
water, Kirby Crackles in there. Rocks, rain, like falling rain and it falling on a person. Geez, I've forgotten. Bubbles even underwater. All kinds of stuff in there. Broken glass.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Lots and lots of stuff.
So yeah, it's available on Gumroad. A lot of you might have gotten email notification. So yeah, if you're on my email list, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Just trying to make sure I don't cough before I read the next super chat from Johnny Fitz for $5. Johnny says, Dave, curious about your tattoos. They look awesome.
Thank you very much, Johnny.
Also, can you help me a little bit on the male torso and chest? It's my biggest struggle. And then he has like a cry face. Blah.
Well, here's what I will say. I have a video on how to draw a male torso up on YouTube, and I'm assuming you've probably seen that. Going deeper than that, like that's the kind of thing that I could show you here. But going deeper than that, it's difficult to know specifically what you're struggling with, and also, yeah, I don't know how I would do it. I hate to say, oh, I can't do that, but I kind of covered that one in a video, and I don't know how to. There's breaking a figure down, and then there's detail and getting all of the nuances, and that's just not something I can just show in just a minute. And it's something I'm planning on doing as a more of a full-length tutorial fairly soon, actually, along with the whole body. I really want to do like a deep dive, not only structure, but also really getting into like finished, a finished look. Some of my influences for how I got to where I am with anatomy, and some of the choices that I made, a whole lot of stuff. So it's coming as quickly as I can.
All right. Next super chat comes from Chris Lavoy for $5. Chris says, watched and loved the painting stream. It inspired me to paint, but I have to say I'm better with a pencil. Also,
Me too.
Also as a Quebecer, go Habs, go! Eric banned Chris. Chris is banned for life. Ban. JK. Just kidding. He's banned for tonight until the game's over.
Yeah. Well, and
he's banned unless Toronto loses, and then if Toronto loses, he's banned forever.
The painting stream was an absolute blast. Actually, I was just talking to Eric a couple days ago, and we were talking about.
You were talking to Eric?
I was talking to Eric. I know.
How is Eric?
He's good. He's doing okay.
You talk to Eric every Friday, Saturday night.
Saturday night. It's our painting.
I was so tired. I was like, "Oh, Davey, can I have no, you can't have any time. I'm hanging with my bro Eric and we're painting."
Yeah, well, you know
I
what?
still have not seen that painting. Do we get to see it tonight?
Oh, it's right here.
Are you showing it for everybody or just for me?
I don't know.
I was told it was a success and not a success at the same time.
Well, here, I'll show you guys.
I can't. My eyes are. I looked in your light. I can't see anything through the bright splotches. You know when you look at your light and all you can see is white splotches?
Yep.
There you go. I think the red's too flat.
Think so?
Yeah. I think that's a problem.
Well, anyway, there it is.
It looks great, but I think there's not enough like color variation in the. I think it's the red's too flat.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. Now, and this is it's like I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm learning, right? And so I'm really enjoying doing this every week. I was really happy with it in some ways. I kind of wasn't in other ways. I don't necessarily disagree. Like, I think it could have taken, maybe if it would have shifted toward purple or something. But there you go. Anyway, this is how it turned out.
Oh, some purple in there would be good.
It would, but there's also a point where I need to sleep.
What? Sleep, Dave?
And it's not even, I say that as if I could have done it right if I had more time. I kind of hit a point with those things, and this is how it always goes, where I don't know what else to do, so I stop. And, the more you learn, and this is why your art, you will find, takes longer as you get better, because you have a better idea of everything that you can add to make a picture better. And, I'm learning. So, yeah. And it was a blast. I had a great time. Jimmy's. Sorry, Eric.
Eric's,
you Jimmy.
Eric's turned out well.
Eric's turned out beautifully. And I don't have he didn't send it. I
didn't even see it on his Facebook. Did he post it yet?
I don't know.
I have to go and Google him. I'll have to stalk him. Johnny Fitz has a super chat for $2. Johnny says, "For me, the struggle is the shape breakdown with the chests and stuff."
The shape breakdown. Yeah, you know what? I'll try and give you a quick rundown. As best I can quickly. Let me just finish his fingers here. Once I get this roughed in, then I don't need my reference. That's always a better place to be drawing. I hate looking at reference. It's the worst. Reference. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean that up a bit, but there you go. Don't need my reference. Okay, so now in the video I showed, here is the very basic shape for a chest. Your arms come out at a bit of an angle like this. So from the front, here it would be from the front. Rib cage is just about like this. Hopefully I'm still on the camera. I should probably, now that I don't need reference, go back so I can see what. Okay.
Here's his Daredevil.
Oh yeah, at least I can show it. See if I can make it bigger.
Tap it.
There. Yeah, it really came out great. I wish I had a bigger version that I could show you guys. Unfortunately, it's on the phone, so it's a little small, but yeah, I think Eric's most successful painting so far. He's really, knocking it out of the park. It's a very cool looking picture. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another painting stream, and I think we'll do it in just about 2 weeks. I've got actually next week a review stream with with Robert Marzullo coming up, and so we're going to do it the week after that.
Does Robert know that?
Yeah, we talked about it. I don't know that we like totally firmed up a date, so you know, barring something happening, it'll be next week on Robert's channel. Okay, so your shoulder connects to your chest at an angle like this, and you have a bit of a point here. Here's your clavicle, connects just over here, and the front muscle of your deltoid is here, and then you have a bit of a connection here, and your muscles on your chest radiate from that point. So just like that. And so from this angle, here is my shoulder, my arm kind of comes off here, and I'm going to finish that arm. Give it a little bit of width here. Now, I could actually do this and go much wider at the bottom. I generally don't do that because I kind of like to cut into the plane and leave this just a little flatter so it doesn't pop out as much. I just aesthetically like how that looks more, but that's a choice. And then your striations fan out from that point here. And generally, you'll find, depending on the lighting, we'll light it from here. You'll have a bit of a shadow along your deltoid, just like this. And I really do wish I could really go into detail with that. And I did cover that in the video quite a bit. So hopefully that will help you too. Get the pencils off here and start inking this in, or well, brushing it in.
Okay. Sorry, I got distracted because I got another picture from the photo shoot. Did you see any of the pictures from the photo shoot?
Nope.
Oh, here. Hold on. I'm interrupting.
No.
Look how great that picture looks, though.
It's beautiful. It's our son. It's his graduation picture.
You can show it on the screen.
Okay.
So, because we're in lockdown, Everett is graduating high school this year, and he got no grad photos taken.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really make it too much bigger. But
and
yeah,
there's no
really
prom. So I had him and his girlfriend get dressed up, and we went down to the park, and we took some prom photos, and I took some grad photos of them too.
So yeah,
so
it's a nice looking picture.
I only have 3 so far of all the ones she took. She took a lot. She's just teasing me. She's like, she's priming the pump for the money.
Don't pay. That's when they stop.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm sure.
I hate being so cynical.
You are the worst. That's why we fought this morning. Jim,
you know what though? I'm cynical because we just built a house. You want to become cynical? Try it. Okay.
Jim Klein has a super chat for $10.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm cutting you off right now. Dave, are there any characters that seem to have been dropped that you'd like to draw and or see make a comeback? For me, it'd have to be a Marvel character called Sleepwalker.
Oh,
from back in the 90s.
Yeah, Sleepwalker was great. I saw a Joe Quesada. I want to say inked by Kevin Nolan, but I'm actually not sure. But anyway, Joe Quesada did a picture of him, the coolest picture of him that I've seen anyway. So yeah, he's a great looking character. That would be very cool. I guess non-Marvel character that it like just pops into my head right now. I mentioned it a minute ago, and I know He-Man's been around, and you know he's had some stuff and it's been cool, but I'd love to see some cool stuff with He-Man, and not just He-Man, but I want to see it be exactly like the old He-Man. No changes. Exactly like it. The same ridiculous outfit. I don't care. Not ironic, because I unironically loved that show. You know, it was unironically very cool for me, and I hate ironic takes on things. You want to make something, you know what? Now I'm going to rant.
All right. Our next super chat comes from Honest Battler. I'm just cutting you off again.
Okay.
For $4.99. I saw the most brilliant conversation in our time. Jordan B. Peterson, a Canadian, speaking with Stephen Fry on reality and spirituality on YouTube.
It'd be very, very interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
Two very, very intelligent people.
I wonder if that's like A recent conversation or an older conversation?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll have to look it up. Thank you, Honest Battler. Thank you for that super chat. All right, Kaimani Jacobs has a super chat for $19.99. Thank you so much, Kaimani. Kaimani says, "Hey, DNM, happy Memorial Day, David. When you were a beginner learning to draw, how did you spot your mistakes? Did you have people around you who could provide feedback, or did you have to find it for yourself?"
I had people that could provide feedback. My mother is actually very similar to Meredith, where she'll look at a picture that, you know, and it doesn't matter. Like the Daredevil one, I'm happy enough with, but I know there are things I'd like to be different. And Meredith is more than happy to say this is wrong and that's wrong and this sucks, which is very
Stop.
helpful.
I say it out of love.
No, and it's
And not-
you need that.
You can't have somebody. I'm your wife. I can't be the person who says your work is awesome
Right.
all the time.
Okay, I know, and you need that. You do.
I need it from you when I write a story. You're my
mother-
editor.
Okay, yes, and my mother was very good that way. So I had that, but yeah, I there's no replacing, and you never really get the kind of
Sorry.
no problem. You never get the kind of feedback that you'd really like to get until you kind of start working, and even that can be difficult. Like I will tell you, I work for editors that won't necessarily say something's wrong with a picture. They'll just go, okay, yeah, it's fine, and I kind of have to force it out of them because I know they didn't really like it. I didn't really like it, and I've gotten some very, very helpful feedback from editors. They really, some of them. Tom Brevoort, he knows what he's talking about. Like he's a writer's editor. I mean, they all are, but he is very much an artist editor too. And yeah, he knows his stuff. So I learned a lot that way. I think that posting your work on Instagram, the big one, the DeviantArt, those kinds of places can be a really good place to get criticism too. It can be hard to take. I don't love it. But it makes a huge difference. And you just have to wade through the criticism that is just designed to bring you down, because some of it will be, and you also have to, and this is an interesting one. You have to wade through the criticism that's just based on your style. They don't like your style. And which is not a valid criticism, but there is a valid criticism to that, because art is entertainment and you need to be working in a way that is going to be appealing to people. And if you're doing things that are very unappealing, it's good to know that. And so it's always a touchy one, and I try to stay away from that, but it's something that I kind of want to know too, so yeah. But yeah, having somebody that you can count on for that is very, very valuable. And I mean, they're taking a huge risk in giving you that. Like Meredith takes a risk every time she does that. I take a risk. And I can tell you, I take a risk when I criticize her writing. She gets you should see her. She gets very angry. And I'm like, oh, great. I didn't even want to have to do this.
Stop it.
Oh, you do. You get bitter.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Sometimes you get a little bit mean when you nitpick, though.
Yeah, only when you do things that I think are like blatantly, just wrong.
Hold on.
And then I'm doing it for your own good.
Yeah, I can't. These buttons. I can't. Really, what that deserves is a car crash right there. But
you can't.
In order for me to do the car crash,
you have to go through the menu.
Go through the freaking menu, and that's a pain in the butt. You do that on purpose.
It's the only way to set it up. It's really designed for competent people.
Yeah, competent people. Maybe if somebody competent set it up in the first place.
Maybe.
All right, let's move along. No fighting. It's Memorial Day.
Is it Memorial Day in Canada? I don't think so.
No, it's not Canada.
Is it a holiday at all?
No, that was last week. It was Victoria Day.
Okay.
Everybody worked on Monday here.
See, I never know holidays because I don't really take holidays.
That's true. He doesn't even take Christmas. Antoine Washington has a super chat for $4.99. Antoine says, "Hi, Dave. Thank you for the Loomis advice on heads last week. Helped a lot. Do you draw your own characters or do you only draw existing characters?" Thank you for the super chat.
Yes, Antoine. Thank you very much, Antoine. First of all, thank you. I'm glad that the Loomis head advice was helpful. I mostly draw Marvel and DC, characters, licensed characters, I mean, and for Marvel or DC or whatever. I mean, it's been most of my career. So mostly, yes. And I have drawn my own characters. I did a creator-owned series called Ascension ages ago, long time ago now, 97. And I did another one called Aphrodite 9. And I just did a couple of paintings, my own character named Blight. I need to figure out the spelling of it, though. I tried to write it down for someone. And both of the way, like I tried it 3 different ways. It just didn't look good.
I fix it for you.
Yeah, there you go. You're the writer. He doesn't need a story, but he does at least need to have his name not look stupid.
I fix that for you.
All right.
All right. SCS Powerlifting in the house with the super chat for $5. SCS says, congrats on the 150K subs and happy Memorial Days to you guys and the flock.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And we do want to say happy Memorial Day to all of our friends in the States.
Yeah, no kidding. And talk about another thing I'm terrible at. Remembering people's birthdays, anniversary, everything like that. And, we've been talking about Memorial Day and it never even, Mother's Day, it never even crossed my mind to say happy Memorial Day.
That's why I'm here.
It is.
That's why you have me. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I turned the sound down on my mom. I'm too loud.
Did somebody say?
No.
Just in general, as a human being.
I'm too loud.
Can be.
You'd like to hit mute button on me a lot. I know. Johnny Fitz has another super chat for $5. Johnny says, hooray! Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate it. Sorry, I saw the video, but I was confused on some things and I couldn't break things down. So thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Big heart.
Well, and I will definitely do more with that. I think I would have already, but it was a huge amount. It was a big time commitment to do the Proco stuff. By the way, if you go to proco.com, somewhere there, I don't know, we had the link on the other stream, but anyway, you can pre-order it. And it's a huge amount of content. I drew, aside from just all the tutorial stuff where I just really kind of went through the, let's get on the same page kind of stuff. And that's hours of that stuff, or at least, probably a couple hours of that. And then, things to avoid. Then I went into a couple of pages of script breakdown and full tight layouts. I did three different ones. And I made sure to include really common mistakes that writers put into layouts, which is even the best writers. And I've done it. And I'm not a great writer, but I am an artist, and I've actually done it for other artists when I've written. So it's very easy to do that. I tried to include some of those kinds of problems in the script, so I would have to solve them. And then it's really taking all of the skills that you learn and putting together pages and solving those problems and making it work. Anyway, and I went through a whole page, penciled the whole thing tightly, inked the whole thing 3 different ways, traditionally, kind of new traditionally, which is how I'm working now using newer tools. And I didn't do digital, but what I did do is I did a panel working the way that I am right now. So most of it I actually penciled fully. Some of it I penciled very loosely and then did this. So yeah, truthfully, that one, you guys are all seeing this right now anyway. Same deal.
Doc Matthews has a super chat for $2. Doc says Thanos needs the undershadow on the chest, man. I mean, I'm sure you're going to put that there.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I've got him kind of lit from his hand, and I'm not being super strict about it, but I can't really light it there or shadow it there. It won't work. So I can't. Thank you for the super chat.
And Jimmy Reyes, I see you out there. Stop commenting or I'll make Eric ban you. I don't have my t-shirt.
We should bring Jimmy in.
No, Jimmy. Nick from Detroit says, Meredith, was that the fountain on Belle Isle? No, that was the fountain in Amherstburg at the park downtown at the waterfront. I've never been to Belle Isle.
I saw Nick
I've
from
lived
Detroit.
here for 21 years. I've never been to Belle Isle.
Neither have I.
Well, there you go.
I saw Nick from Detroit was here early on when I was looking at who was here, and I was saying hi to, before we started. And then, about 2 minutes before this whole thing, like I have to start, I need to kind of get out of there and make sure everything's good. So, but yeah, good to see you, Nick.
Sorry, what?
I said, good to see you, Nick.
Nick.
From Detroit.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I got distracted in the stream. Antoine Washington has a super chat for $1.99. Antoine wants to know, is there anything you still struggle with drawing?
Yeah. Backs are very difficult for me still. And I think if you watch my how to draw backs video, you can see me kind of struggle. And I actually did a little bit of pre-work on that one to try and make sure that I didn't struggle, and I still did. It's a perpetual problem for me. They're very, very difficult. I tend to struggle with my arms when the elbow from the side. There are angles where you can see the elbow, and then there are angles where you can't. And I have a tendency to draw the elbow at angles where you really wouldn't see it. And I'm kind of thinking about that lately and looking at fixing that, seeing if I can kind of get a little better at that. That's something I've been thinking about a little bit. Oh man, there are so many things. Like I'm not thinking of anything. And meanwhile, I've got a huge long list of things where I really struggle. I'm not very good at expressions. That's another one that I've been kind of trying to work on over the last couple of years. Animals are very difficult for me. Again, I've been working on that.
I've been doing my part to help him draw better animals.
Yep.
By providing him with a significant variety of real life models.
You have. My problem with animals, and I know what it is, I've done some anatomical study. I've drawn animals in comics and that kind of thing using reference. What I haven't done and what I need to start doing is just start sketching a bunch like from life, and then just start sketching my own. And because I don't sketch it on my own, I don't learn things that I don't really sketch through myself. So like I can look at Travis Trest. I'm a huge fan, and it's beautiful stuff. And I don't get anything out of it if I'm just drawing it. I have to actually try it myself, like put it away, see what I can do with it from memory. Actually, that is a tutorial video that I'd really like to do. Just a bit of a dive into an artist. I know I did that with Frazetta for a live stream. I'd really like to, kind of pursue that for, like maybe a specific artistic goal. I've got a few actually right now that are kind of things that I've wanted to try. So I think I might do that for a video. Kill two birds with one stone. I could really see how I can pick up a few things from artists that I really like and see if I can also make a video out of it.
All right. Next super chat comes from Wayne Blackman for $10.
Hey, Wayne Blackman.
Wayne says, hello, dynamic duo. Thanks as always for all the support and sharing you guys give us. Dave, have you ever drawn Voltron or Transformers? Thanks, guys.
Oh, no. I never have. I did a Transformer sketch for someone. That was hard. At a convention, sitting at the table, and I did it with a big Sharpie. So, you can imagine how it looked. I did my best. I have never drawn Voltron, and I love Voltron. There are a few, like Johnny Socko and his giant robot. I used to watch that when I was a kid. Basically, all the stuff that I watched when I was a kid is stuff that would be a lot of fun to draw. As a matter of fact, Jimmy and I'm calling Eric Jimmy again. Eric and I on Saturday were talking.
That's why we need to ban Jimmy. He's in your head now.
He's in my head.
He's in your head.
Jimmy, you're in my head. We talked about we were going to paint next week, and we're thinking about painting
Rose.
He-Man. You know what? We'll do Rose the week after. I really want to do He-Man though. I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I tend to struggle more with flesh tones, and
that's a lot of flesh.
It's a lot of flesh.
Flesh.
It's a meaty dude.
He's a meaty man. All right. Roy De La Cruz has a super chat for $4.99. Roy says, can you show me reference on leg stick together when flying like Batman or Moon Knight? And can you draw Kratos in your next stream? Also, people keep telling me that it's 2-0 for Montreal. Those people, I want to know, but I don't want to know. Sad.
It hurts.
It does. So Stickman reference, like leg sticks when your legs stick together.
I can do that. Okay.
And the next stream will be the 100K giveaway.
That's right. Next stream will be 100K giveaway. I would love to draw Kratos though, and that one, yeah.
I'll add it to my magical list.
Yes. Okay. So
it does exist.
I'm gonna draw those sorts of legs just straight up and down first. I'm going to draw a couple. And so I'm going to draw a line for the center. Here's my upper leg here. My lower leg, my knee is here. And you can see how you can fairly well get away with just drawing a flat line right through the middle. And I'm going to adjust that in a second, but it works. And so there you go. And for me to adjust that, all I need to do really is just put a little hole here and maybe a little hole here and come in at the knee. Just give it a little bit of shape. But generally speaking, a leg, you know, with a straight line down the inside kind of works pretty well. So it just as a quick cipher. And so when I'm drawing legs like that, and so let's draw Batman kind of coming out toward us. And so I've got his pelvis here, just like this. And I'm going to draw his legs coming out. I'm going to draw them both at once. So here's my center. And they have a shape that goes like this. And so I'm going to draw them as one shape here, my knees together. And then this is actually wrong. Ignore me. All right. I'm going to draw like this, and then the knees, and then the back is flat, or the lower legs are flat here, and then pop up here. And so I'm going to draw this flat and then come up here. And my center line, one foot, and then there's the other foot. And so there you go. Very, very simple putting them together. And I can give that leg a little bit of shape too. But just as a quick, you know, cipher, just to get it kind of working really quickly and easily, that's a really good way to approach it. And so, you know, if I draw a character coming toward us, here's his chest. Meredith's shutting down. Bored. Okay. And so I'm
adjusting my ponytail.
Draw this shape here.
How does that make me bored?
Well, you set down your microphone. I thought, uh-oh, we're losing Meredith. Okay, so I've got this shape here connecting to the knees here, and then that shape again, just like this, my center line here, and my feet coming out just like this. And I can, you know, make that shape better by flowing along this is your bone in the center of your lower leg. And, you know, and I can obviously add detail to it, but just as a general shape, that's the kind of shape you're dealing with. So there you go.
Alrighty then. I'm sorry. I'm always up before 6 o'clock now. Honest Battler has a super chat for $9.99. My first relationship, my girlfriend was not remiss about pointing out my mistakes. I said, okay, but you're not once volunteered something nice. And she said, if you did it right, why would I need to say anything?
You know, there's a fine line between being supportive and you know, crushing somebody maliciously. Let's hope that
that's so sad.
Yeah,
that's sad. Well, it's good that you're not with her, because well, I would say to Dave, I think we're each other's biggest cheerleaders. Like we will criticize when criticism is necessary, but we also, like, when things are awesome, we say it's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's important. Because people work hard.
Yes. And people will just tune you out if you never have anything nice to say. And the fact is, it's a journey. You know, nobody gets really great at this overnight. And you need to be willing to take that journey. And the person offering you guidance kind of along the way, or criticism, or, you know, whatever.
Feedback.
Yeah, feedback. Yeah, you kind of have to understand that, you know, just deliberately trashing somebody.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it's not good.
Thank you for the super chat, Honest Badler. Hopefully you have somebody supportive in your life now.
Yes.
All right. Next super chat comes from Michael Johnson Curry for $5. I finished the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pages. Maybe an M question. Comps can't take unsolicited stories. If I add text to the comic page, is that considered unsolicited?
I'm going to say, first of all, I'm going to say no. Second of all, It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you were to turn it into anyone that isn't the Turtles, I'd say you're probably good. I don't know. I can't imagine that would be a problem. Now, strictly speaking, I wouldn't put word balloons on sample pages.
It's distracting.
Yes, I would leave it alone. And generally, people put word balloons on with a computer afterwards. If you're doing it by hand manually, then you can't avoid it. I don't know that that rule would apply, but I'm also not, the expert that I wish I was answering that question. But I don't think it would, excuse me, I don't think it would be a problem. And
I think as long as you're not sending it to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then that would be considered.
But if you're
solicited,
doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it would be kind of nice to be able to send it to them.
You could maybe I don't know, tag them. I think I wouldn't send it to them. I would tag them if you post it. Then it's not really solicited, but you're making them aware.
Yeah, and right? Good to see you here.
So yeah, always. All right,
do my Kirby crackle.
Next super chat comes from Kevin Mandeville for $9.99. Kevin wants to know, Dave, who is your favorite cosmic comic book character? Were you a fan of cosmic titles when you were coming up? Personally, Capullo's work on Quasar is an all-time personal favorite.
Yeah, that's really before Greg Capullo really made his name and became, the huge artist that he's been since, before he started doing Spawn. And X-Force, actually did X-Force after that. I would say my favorite cosmic character, probably, I'm going to have to say Dark Phoenix, because the Phoenix Saga is what got me into comics. So yeah. And
is she considered cosmic?
I don't care. I'm calling her cosmic. And Dark Phoenix is a cosmic entity. Whoops. So yes. And after that, I'm gonna say Galactus. As much as he drives me crazy to draw, I love Galactus. Oh, and the Beyonder. All of the new gods. Yeah, it's I love Darkseid. Is Darkseid a cosmic character though, or is he more of a Superman villain? I'm not sure. I'm going to call him a cosmic character.
So basically, you're just calling anybody that you want to call
Lobo. He's a cosmic character.
You're just
Lobo.
You didn't even understand the meaning of the word cosmic character.
Lobo is. Back me up here. Lobo's a cosmic character.
All right. So Dave has no answer for you.
I'm telling you, he's a cosmic character. Like it or not.
We're going to start some debate. Doc Matthews has a super chat for, I don't really know. What do I know? I'm just stirring the pot right now. Just because I can. Stirring the pot for pot's sake. Doc Matthews has a super chat for $5. Thank you, Doc Matthews. If you had to adopt a new style to stay relevant, what style can you adopt? Maybe it's a how-to vid. Dave shows different style choices and aesthetics.
Yeah, that's actually, I was thinking about doing that for my next tutorial video, and I ended up doing drawing guns instead, so I could get banned from YouTube. But I think I would like to do that. Now, that's a very different question. And it's actually something, it's a really good question too, because I really thought that I would be facing this by now. I thought, okay, I looked at the way that that comics went in the 70s. You had Neil Adams style was huge at DC, and you had a lot of people that were doing like a variation on that style. And when it kind of faded, those people also really faded. And it's not like it is nowadays, where you can kind of maintain like a nostalgic audience that will still support your work. It really felt like if you fell out of favor and weren't getting work, you just disappeared. There weren't conventions to support you. There was nothing. And I thought, okay, I really want to avoid that happening. And I also watched Mark Silvestri go from being the kind of artist he was on Wolverine. Still, I mean, I'm a huge fan of that stuff. To the kind of artist he was on Cyberforce. Still essentially the same artist, but he really picked up a lot of those cues. And I think it really made him relevant during that era in a way that he was so good. He would have been fine. But it was a really interesting call, and I thought it was a really good one. And I thought, okay, that day is coming for me. Yeah. Now, in terms of style, what would I try to pick up? I think based on the way things are right now, the first thing I would be doing is I would try working on the computer, and I would be looking at some Juan Jimenez. Is it Jorge Jimenez? I keep saying Juan Jimenez. Juan Jimenez is the Meta Barons artist and phenomenal. Jorge Jimenez, who's a Batman artist, and I think incredible. And actually, Francis Manipool does some really beautiful stuff with the computer, just some textures, that kind of thing. I would start pursuing some of that. And so that's, I guess, in terms of technique. In terms of style, I really think that I would like to angle toward more of what Claire Wendling is doing. I'm a huge Claire Wendling fan, and I could see really trying to draw that way as much as I could.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, you love her stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great stuff.
Okay, so here's the apparently, yes, you can call Phoenix a cosmic character.
I told you.
And Lobo is cosmic.
See?
I'm learning all kinds of stuff about Lobo. For example, not a person. Lobo was raised by space dolphins. That's as cosmic as it gets. Did you know that?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't. I don't know anything about Lobo. I know what Lobo looks like. Lobo fits the criteria. Lobo is cosmic. Charles Petrie. He comes from space.
Not only that, but
Thomas Brock. Lobo is cosmic because he's not from Earth.
Not only that, but Lobo's original look was nothing like the, heavy metal kind of rocker look that he got really from Simon Bisley. That's what made Lobo popular away from the comedy. He was in Legion. He was very popular there, but he hadn't really hit mainstream comics, exposure, and his really heavy metal look kind of gave him that. So if you saw his original look, you go, oh yeah, okay, sure.
Dan Genovese, if he rides around on a motorcycle in space, I'd say he's cosmic.
Yep. Everybody agrees with me.
All right.
This is like a first. I love it.
You're right. And I am wrong. You're right and I'm wrong.
Wow.
Somebody mark that date in their calendar.
This from the person that says, there was at one time when I realized I was wrong, and that's when...
Oh, I just joke.
What's that line? I forget.
I'm not going to tell you because you don't know it. Daniel Leggy has a super chat for $5. I don't know if I said that right. Leggy, L-I-E. That would make the I say its name. Leggy, Leggy. Daniel, I'm sorry.
Apologized. Daniel.
Now I'm having too much fun, Daniel. But I apologize for whatever that. I'm going to go with Leggy.
He does not care anymore. Now he's like, he's gone. He's like,
he is a super chat for $5. I'm going to read it. Daniel says, I am a science teacher. My dad is a science teacher. That's like an aside.
Yes.
And I love how the stream is for young and old alike. I worked on your arm pack, except I did them 3 times.
Oh, well, that is great.
So Daniel is killer at drawing arms now.
That is awesome. Well, that's how you do it. It really is, and I say it over and over again. That is the secret. You need to, it's the repetition, you can learn it once, but to really, really take something in, you need to be doing it all the time. And I found what really worked for me was, especially when I was working, I would take in a new artist, I would try a couple of sketches, and then I would just start trying to draw it on the pages that I was currently working on. And so that meant that I needed to adapt it for my own use. And so I would really get it pretty quickly, or at least get my, I guess, shorthand of it, which is very often kind of the case. Like I just, some artists I can pick up easier than others. Some artists, it's some of my favorites are a real struggle. And I've actually found, I will say, artists that are a real struggle for me, I've actually managed to, after a couple of times, I couldn't get it at first. I couldn't get it. And then, I would go back to it another year later, and all of a sudden it felt like it was starting to work. So yeah. And yeah, that's great. And also, thank you. I very much appreciate the sentiment about it being for all ages. It's something that's very, very important to me. I want this to be, but so many artists that are trying to get in are young, and I want this
also
to
our
be,
child watches this.
Also, our child watches this. Yeah, so I want it to be for everyone, as much as it possibly can. And I personally,
everyone but Jimmy Reyes.
I never swear in my personal life either. So
Jimmy Reyes is not for you.
I do sometimes.
It's not for Jimmy. Adam D. Hilton has a super chat for £5. Adam says, just a chat to say thanks for all the content. Dave,
Oh, wow.
It's gold.
Thank you so much.
P.S. Thanos needs to be stood on or surrounded by damaged Avengers gear. Shield, Mjolnir. I can't say that right.
Mjolnir. Nobody can say it. You know who can say it? Sheldon.
From The Big Bang Theory. We haven't watched that show in a while.
It's been ages. Well, it's been over for a bit.
I know, but now might be a good time to go back.
Yeah.
Now might be a good time to go back.
I used to have a Bazinga shirt and everything.
When we're all done, you did. It was red. I don't like red shirts.
I don't look good in red.
No.
You know what color I look worse in than red?
Blue. That turquoise blue shirt that you have, that you wear, that you think
you said you like that shirt.
No.
You said you like that shirt. All right, fair enough. I won't wear it. I don't know.
You seem to really like it, so I lied.
I don't care one way or another.
That shirt's not a good shirt.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not a good color.
Fine, I won't wear it.
You look good in black.
Black, yeah.
Like it matches your heart.
Oh, you know what? The worst for me though, and you will agree, I think, beige.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
It's the worst color for me.
You can't wear beige.
I got a fishing shirt. I thought it was great. I got it, and it's beige because it's an outdoorsy fishing shirt. Yeah. Meredith would not let me wear that shirt.
I might have lit it on fire.
I don't think I made it back from the cottage.
It did not. We left it there when we moved. We sold that with the house. All right. Jeffrey Niffen has a super chat for $4.99. Jeffrey, who's our age, but I, for whatever reason, always when I see Jeffrey Niffen, think he's 12. I have a Batman painting I did on a Bristol board. Jeffrey wants to know, says, I would love your feedback. Can I email it to you?
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say.
Save it for the Marzullo stream.
Yeah, I'm doing a review stream with Robert Marzullo next week. And so please come and show us what you're working on. I hate to say, I can't.
He's not going to read his email.
I can't. I'm
I could comment on it because I read the email.
I'm happily overwhelmed. I really am. I love it. So no complaint, but I definitely am overwhelmed. I just can't. And I will want to say, oh yeah, please, go ahead just this once, but it doesn't work that way. So but yeah, next week. Okay.
Henry Jeremick says, Meredith, what's next? Noah's Ark, Jurassic Park. If you're going to produce reference for Dave to draw.
Hey, Henry Jeremick's here.
Yeah, Henry's always here.
Now I'm glad I showed the layout.
Henry's here every week. And I don't ignore you, Henry.
She does, because I never see Henry's chats.
That's not true.
Okay.
I throw a Henry question in once a week.
You know what time it is, though. You missed it.
Do.
So it is time for...
It actually is appropriate that we're doing Book of the Week.
Yeah.
After reading Henry's question.
What was the question? I missed it because I was complaining about...
He wants to know, because I've got all the animals, whether it's going to be Noah's Ark or Jurassic Park. Here. Our farm.
Oh, gosh. Noah's Ark. We have so much flooding right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the book of the week is Iron Wolf by Mike Mignola. And I know I do a lot of Mike Mignola, but there aren't many artists. Is there any artist? There's no artist like Mike Mignola. And just from a study just of the medium standpoint, he's absolutely incredible. Just the cover alone, what he did with the whole base that they're standing. By the way, no feet. I just want to point out, one of the greatest comic artists of all time also does not do feet sometimes. Just beautifully designed. This book for me, especially when I did Aphrodite 9, for any of you that might remember that book, it's a long time ago now, was a huge influence on it. Not this, actually, as much as I love this. It's such an incredible tree. Just the layout of this is amazing. It's beautiful. I love that tree. But this stuff here, and this is kind of steampunk. Well, this is really steampunk before steampunk really was a thing. Well before. I mean, this is, I think this book came out in the late 80s. And also inked by P. Craig Russell, another favorite of mine. So yeah, just beautiful designs. I took so much of this stuff around that period, and over the years I have too. And this is made out of wood with all this tech on it. It's just a really, really cool look. And I've found I can take elements of this stuff and get rid of the wood, because it's not very often I can do that. And it just looks great. Like, I love this design here. This is really a big shape. And then he's got all this detail kind of clustered and just so beautifully arranged. some of these skyships actually, you know what? This is another one of those books where it's very difficult for me to just zip through too fast because this panel here is absolutely amazing. These dials, all this stuff, I did actually a lot of times in Aphrodite 9 and other books too, but I used exactly that stuff there. And some of these figures too, just, I mean, his figures, I always talk about his figures. So I'm kind of going to avoid that this time just because it's tough though, because they are beautiful. Like this panel here, which I don't even think you can really see on the screen, you know, but we'll move on because I only have so much time. But yeah, I did a Green Lantern cover for, it was a Green Lantern anniversary book. And I did Evil Green Lantern. Oh, man. Again, bad with names, I know, but anyway, I use that stuff for it. All this stuff is amazing and great Kirby Crackle too. But I want to move on. Look at that city, how beautifully that's drawn, and just the way he arranges everything with in strong vertical shapes. It's beautifully arranged. This actually, I think the way that he had the feet faded out, and then so you've got the foreground figure all the way to the ground. These guys are faded out, so it gives it a bit of smoke, and then the guys in the background have a much bigger fade. And I think this was actually very influential on Mark Silvestri at the time and a lot of the Image guys. You can really see a lot of that kind of carryover. And here he is using a little Gustav Klimt influence. It's very, very nice. But and really every page is amazing. This is maybe his best book. Look at this one. Not only are all those ships amazing looking, just individually they look so cool, but just the arrangement of the page is just masterful. It's absolutely beautiful, down to every little hook. I mean, it's I don't know anybody that does it this well. I don't know if anybody ever will. And I'm going to skip ahead as much as I love this stuff. And I've used things from every page here, but there are some panels later. This stuff, look at the action that he's got. Anyway, it's beautiful stuff. This is coming into some of the other stuff that I really wanted to show. I mean, that's truly amazing, but still not what I wanted to show. This stuff, this panel here, I love the way that he's arranged this tech. And so he's got, and it's such a great layering of light areas and then dark areas. And he's got just like these little light panels in there. It's very little real detail, but it just looks so solid and detailed. I've used this not as many times as I should really, but I have certainly used it. Just this, it's like a medical table. Anyway, just from a graphic standpoint is absolutely incredible. And this whole thing, it's tech here. And he's arranged it like, you know, an old painting. Truly amazing. He's like I'm not done. I got one more page that I really want to show. I mean, and there's so many, but where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah. And this stuff right here, I did a book called Ascension, and so much of Ascension is taken directly from this double page spread, right? Well, it's not a double page spread, it's 2 pages kind of together. So much of the entire aesthetic. The blue people, I mean, I basically took from this. I hate to admit it, but I did, and there you go. And yeah, anyway, and there's more, and I'll drive Meredith crazy, but that face right there, look at that. It blows me away every time I look at it. Anyway, this book to me is worth its weight in gold. This is one of the greatest, written by Howard Chaykin, actually. Now, truthfully, I've never read it. I've had like 5 copies of this book. Anyway, it's an incredible book. So there you go. Mike Mignola, inked by P. Craig Russell. And you know, they could have worked together forever.
You really need to be able to hear the music. You know, when on TV where people get the music,
They know to shut up.
they know to stop talking.
Yeah.
You need headphones. You make me wear them.
I never made you wear them.
They work. They just look super cool. Anthony Gee has a super chat for $9.99.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony.
I said it wrong, Anthony G.
Yeah, you're reverting.
I am. I'm like, I was so focused on my cool headphones that I said it wrong. Sorry, Anthony. Anthony G. Anthony still says hi, Finches. Finally back after my son's birthday. It's my birthday today, so I'm treating myself to some me time with Monday Night Draw. I missed you guys and the flock. What? It's Anthony's birthday today?
Oh, no.
You know what we also didn't do? We also didn't ever sing happy birthday to Dave when he had his birthday. So, Anthony, you get to have shared happy birthday with Dave. Here we go.
By Dave, you mean me?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Anthony and Dave. Happy birthday, Anthony and Dave. You guys are the best. Something, something, the rest. Happy birthday, Anthony and Dave. And many more. Okay. Oh, you looked for it.
No.
You invited it. I didn't even know what you were thinking. Don't make eye contact.
Like a wild animal in the zoo.
Don't make eye contact.
I guess not in the zoo. Yeah. A wild animal, not whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Wild animal in your house. That's the kid upstairs. Other Minds has a super chat for $15.75. Thank you so much, Other Minds. Howdy, Dave and Meredith. I saw you on Proco and you drew those two dudes. I have asked you before about drawing like this and you claimed not to like it. How did you end up drawing them?
It was hard, and good to see you here. It was hard. I struggled, and you know what? It was fun. I did enjoy it. I should do it more. I should try and get better at it. I don't think it was like a total failure, but definitely J. Scott Campbell has such a beautiful technique with, I don't even know, it's technique, but it's also talent, you know, with drawing caricatures and people. I really struggle with it. So yeah, it was a tough one to do. I had a good time. And you know, Stan Propenko, he was a great co-host. He was so good. He was not, you know,
I haven't actually seen that stream.
Yeah, you'll never watch it.
I want to see how the picture turned out.
Yeah.
I care about that. I care about you.
I care about you too, but
I'll let it run in the background so it gets more views and view time.
Meredith had a horse event yesterday. She came back and she made me watch the video.
You barely watched. You're playing your Conan game.
Yeah, no, I watched as much as I could, or as little as.
Hey, you know what? I watched you draw every Monday night. I sit down here.
It's different. It is different. Because you're not really here to watch me draw. I think
that was a car crash. That's what that was.
I think I might have abused this pen a little too much. I'm not really getting a very subtle line from it. So you know what? I'm gonna move on.
You know what? I played that Book of the Week music so much that John Jeremy Villanova wants to know.
There we go. Much better.
Meredith, what's the name of that soundtrack of the Book of the Week music? It's copyright free music.
It's copyright. I think that is. I'm pretty sure it actually came with the sound thing.
The soundboard. So, but we love it. So actually, now
I'm not just pretty sure it came with a soundboard.
Well, there you go. It came with a soundboard. How cool is that? And we made it famous.
Right.
Do every Monday night now.
Us and the thousands of other people that.
Hey, but we use it best. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. It's not he who uses it most. It's he who uses it best.
Now you got me coughing.
That's us.
It only took a year.
Well, look at the dust on your desk.
Oh, it's a problem. I need to get a ceiling in.
Yeah. Honest. Can I read this one now? Honest Battler super chat for $4.99. Not to impose on the list, but how would Dave like to draw Astaroth from Soul Calibur? The world needs a David Finch Astaroth. Please look him up.
That would be pretty cool. Soul Calibur is a game that came out. This is, you know, early 90s, I think.
So I will have no idea.
Mid 90s.
That's why I have no idea who this character is.
And that was at a time there weren't really like the open world games that you have now weren't really a thing then. And so I was a huge fan of Soul Calibur. I am not generally a fan of fighting games because I'm not good at them, but I loved Soul Calibur. That was such a great game. So yeah, actually that would be a lot of fun and a very cool character.
And Honest Battler says for $1.99, because we're talking about the Big Bang Theory, that Haley Cuoco does Harley's voice.
Really?
Justice League, so that's cool. And
Didn't
the
even know
Justice
that.
League animated series. Very cool.
Haley she's the
Penny
right.
from the Big Bang Theory. Penny for your thoughts.
I know. I get it.
Soft kitty.
Look, I know Penny.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got a roll. I couldn't stop myself. Mike Montgomery has a super chat for $5. Mike, I did not see a comment in your super chat. Thank you for your super chat. And if you want to flag me with your question or comment, I will watch for it. Jamie Martin has a super chat for $4.99. Jamie says, "Hey, Dave and Meredith. Dave, can you do a quick breakdown on how you drew Thanos' right hand? I'm drawing along, and mine just looks wrong."
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Jamie.
I'm really coughing. Pretty sure I'm not sick.
You need a piece of gum? You can't be sick. You never go anywhere.
I know. Okay. So broken down in the way that I do it, and I'll do it two ways. First, I'm going to show you how I do it. And so here's the arm. Start with the thumb kind of here. Basically like this. My fingers are like this. And then I can basically draw the individual fingers in there. That's how I do it every time. And I kind of have it down to a bit of a shorthand because, you know, I've drawn a hand in this. This is actually a trap that you can run into as an artist. You draw the same things over and over again that you just enough that you draw them the same way. And so something I should probably actually kind of work on fixing a little bit. So really what I'm working with here is I've got the palm of my hand, and you could call it basically this kind of a shape like this. I hope this doesn't get confusing because I don't actually approach it this way. And then you've got in the palm, you've got, you know, the heel of your hand here. And then the thumb, well, first I'll do the fingers. The fingers come up and we'll just draw them as a block. So it's a block just like this, but it's curved. So it's not just a block. If you draw it flat, it looks bad. So, and let me clean this up because I'm making a mess. But if you draw it as just like a simple block, just like this, that's curved, that'll basically work. And then you can really just, you know, draw the finger shape right on there, just like this. And pop it out for the knuckles. And notice also that my fingers aren't just sitting flat like this. They're coming in toward each other, which is what your hand does. These lines kind of converge. And so now for my thumb, I know I want the thumb to sit on top of here. And it's going to be another block, basically just like this. Another block like this. And then my, not the heel of the hand, the heel of the thumb, I don't know, connects to that. And so that's basically the form. And the rest of it is just kind of refining these shapes. This isn't just a flat block. It's got a curve to it. And in a simple sense, that's how it works. So there you go.
Merci. All right. Next super chat comes.
Thinking about the hand. I'm going to keep working on it. Sorry.
From Dan Genovesi for $5. Dan says, "I have no question or comment. I just want to support the stream. Thanks."
Oh man, thank you so much. Really, this time and for all the other times, Dan. Really, very much appreciated.
Do you notice that sometimes I say names differently the same stream?
You know,
why do I do that, Dan?
I would complain, except that I really struggle with that. Where I don't struggle is faces, you know.
From now on, I'm going to change how I say your name on the stream.
Names are a real struggle for me, and it's a problem.
Say Dav.
The one thing that is a problem for me,
David,
that can happen.
Dave.
Yes, I'm ignoring you. Is that what you're aiming here?
David.
Okay. I'll just stop. You go on.
One Mighty R is a super chat for $3 with a little emoji and a thumbs up. I think Mighty likes the Thanos.
Thank you so much, Mighty.
Stealth says, Dave Finch, you're the best comic artist and the best artist in the whole universe.
I really appreciate the sentiment.
I feel like
I have a few artists I'd like to nominate for that position, though.
I agree, Stealth. And so I will take this moment in the stream to tell everybody to hit like and subscribe. Beep. 150,000 people can't be wrong. So if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe and let's hit the like button. I don't know how many likes we have because I have my screen messed up. So we need to have like 672 likes by the end of the stream.
Or they'll cut off your oxygen?
Yes.
Okay.
I will hold my breath
Hold
until my face goes red. Starting now. Howtodrawcomics.net
the minute you did that, people are looking for how they can remove their like just to watch you hold your breath.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Sorry, howtodrawcomics.net.
I'll save that for next week. Howtodrawcomics.net has a super chat for $10. Happy birthday, Dave. Just bought your new Proco course. It looks epic. Cannot wait to check it out.
Well, thank you so much. I'd love to. It's going to be a bit before it comes out, but I'm really interested in seeing what you think of it, and maybe getting a chance to talk to you about it. I think that would be great. Now I've mentioned this a bunch of times on the stream before, but for any of you that aren't aware, howtodrawcomics.net is an incredible resource for people studying comic art, and I think some of the best tutorials out there. It's really top-notch stuff, and very professionally put together. It's just a great site and great people. Clayton Barton he's a good dude, and so yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Henry Jeremic says, Meredith, please ask Dave to add the lines to Thanos' jock strap.
Oh yes, I knew that, but this is what I get for shutting off my reference. Okay, hold on.
And Nathaniel Archer says, Meredith Finch, how's this for cool? The 1-year anniversary of the stream is next Monday.
Wow.
We're doing this. You know what? This is where there's no accidents in life.
Yeah, how crazy is that? That's
we
great.
did not plan it this way, but sometimes things just work out. Providence is what our friend would say.
Yep.
Providential. But
our friend who is busy right now watching the Leafs go down in flames.
Anyway, we're going to celebrate 150,000 subscribers and this 1-year anniversary of the stream next Monday night. I am going to have to dance. I'm going to have to dance.
You go right ahead.
I'm going to kick you out of the chair and I'm going to dance. It's going to be a party. Celebrate.
You know what you are going to be doing, though, because you already agreed to this.
I know. I'm drawing Wonder Woman.
That's right. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to just being able to sit and, read the questions.
Well, that will take, you'll have time to read one question.
I'll take it. Fine.
Gmon78 has a super chat for £5. Can you tell me a little bit about working on the guy for the band Disturbed?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm a huge fan of Disturbed. So when that opportunity came along, I did not say no. So now I have two ways that I tell this story. The number one way is the one that makes me look really good and I just lie. The other one is the actual truth of how it happened. So I'm just going to tell you guys the truth because what the heck. I got an email from the art director that was doing their album, and he said that they were interested in having me try out to do the album cover. Normally I would say try out, don't you know who I am? It's terrible, but I sometimes am that way. I'm sorry. And but it was Disturbed, and so I said, yeah, for sure, I'll do it. And so they had apparently 13 different artists, and so I didn't do something painted. I actually did something drawn. I don't know if I would have gotten the job otherwise. I'm a better drawer than a painter, and I was painting actually in Photoshop at the time too. And so yeah, I turned in a drawing, and they liked it, and so they wanted me to do the album cover. I was thrilled, you know. So I definitely really had to audition and put myself out there for that job, which is not, you know, not fun, you know, especially when your ego tells you that you're past that point. You shouldn't have to audition. So I'm glad I didn't listen to that and just went for it, and it was totally worth it. So, and actually doing the album cover, the album was called Invincible, and I had no idea what they wanted for it. And so I had a conference call with the band, and they basically wanted something that would show their character and the concept of invincibility. And so they didn't really have an idea so much. So I went through a couple of different ideas. We had him coming out of fire. I actually don't think that was my idea. It might have been, but I'm pretty sure that was actually the art director that came up with that one. And so I did a concept of that, and they liked it anyway. And it was a back and forth to get everything done. I ended up doing 3 different album covers. One for it was a special release. Another one, I think they all got used for album covers. And if you buy the special one, you get all 3. And so, yeah, there's the one that most people have seen, and then there are a couple other ones that not as many people have seen. So yeah, it was a really great experience. And I mean, I'm still a huge fan of the band. They're a band I would love to see live. I don't know how that would go. I drew your album cover. Can I come backstage and hang out with you guys? And they would say, probably no, but you know, it's worth a shot. So there you go.
You remember a lot more about that detail about that.
Well, yeah, it was a big one for me.
Yeah, I remember where you were sitting.
Yeah, you know what? That was an important job for me. And it's not the kind of, I don't do that kind of work, you know, so it's not the kind of thing that comes up a lot. And I had some other offers after that came up. There's just nothing that I wanted to do. So.
All right. Next super chat comes from Sheldon Martin for $10. Thank you so much, Sheldon. Sheldon says, thanks for doing these, guys. I remember when the only YouTube vid of Dave drawing was a DC spotlight. He did Killer Croc, and there was someone in the background yelling, "Free comics! Get your free comics!"
Yeah.
That sounds like every convention everywhere.
It sure does. Well, I'll tell you, conventions are a great way to cut your teeth drawing in front of people. That's for sure. And, you know, with distractions.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have no trouble just drawing and you know, stream of thought talking. And I know it's from doing conventions.
William Riley has a super chat for $2. William wants to know, did you ever collaborate with Michael Turner?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I actually did. First of all, aside from collaborating with him, he sat right beside me for years. I mean, you know, we were in the same studio together, so we spent a lot of time together. The one real collaboration that we did, he was really late on an issue of Witchblade, and so I did a few backgrounds for it, and I got credit in the book, you know. And I wasn't doing backgrounds at the time, you know. I was doing Cyberforce, but I was ahead. And
you were ahead.
I was ahead, and I'll tell you,
that happened.
Mike was behind, not because he was, you know, lazy or anything like that. He was behind because he was really blowing up at the time. He was doing Wizard covers and a lot of promotional stuff. His time was very divided. So yeah, that was my collaboration with him, was really drawing backgrounds for him. So there you go.
All right. Next super chat comes from Greg Ellis, Static Art for $2. Dave, can you also show how you did the left hand? And happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Greg. Yeah, I absolutely can. Okay. Where am I going to do it? Here. Got a wet spot here. I keep trying to avoid. Let's just wipe it down. All right. Okay. So how did I draw the other hand? Let's look. Okay. So the other hand, and I'm just going to show you how I actually draw it, and then I'll show you, like, hopefully a bit of a breakdown. So how I actually draw it is, here's my knuckles, basically. My thumb over top, and then the back of the hand here. And that's my very, very simple breakdown. And you can see there's not really much there. But from here, I like to have this finger coming out towards you. So if I were to shadow it, it would kind of look like this. And so this is the second knuckle. My other knuckles are here. This one is much flatter and pointed upward. And then here's my pinky. And so there's my basic approach, and I came out too far over here for drawing a hand from that angle. And it's very simple, you know, but just in terms of like basically how I go about it structurally and what I'm thinking, that's how I do it. Now, from a structure breakdown, so I've got this shape here, and I already made a mistake because it's really important. The knuckles have to have a curve, and so I need to get that curve in there. And I'm not going to bring this finger out. I'm just going to draw them all flat for this one. And so here's my fingers here, and they would fit along here. And then the thumb as a block is going to come out like this, and then attach in just like this. And the back of the hand, you only see a little bit of it because it's foreshortened. And so that's a really basic structure to kind of, you know, like a basic blocky structure. That would be really it. And the nice thing about drawing a hand like this is, I take it back. You can't see your own hand unless you cut your head off or your hand. But what you can do is just put it in your phone. Actually, you can do this really for any hand pose. Just take a picture of it with your phone.
In a mirror.
Oh yeah, in a mirror.
In the days before people had phones.
Right. You know what the worst part about a mirror though is? And I've done this where I put my hand or whatever up to a mirror. Now I'm holding it under the camera, and it's the wrong hand. And so now I'm having to mentally gymnastic that thing to the right. And I've done that, and it's fine. It's hard, but that's the nice thing about the phone is I can just flip the image. So there you go.
All right. Gmon78 has another super chat for $5 or £5. Gmon says, I love Disturbed. What's your favorite song? Mine is Sound of Silence.
Mine is Invincible for obvious reasons. But yeah, it kills me to say Sound of Silence, but I love what they did with that song. And I'm Down with the Sickness is such a great song. Like they have.
I like that one too.
See, there you go. Okay.
And I don't really like that kind of music.
No, you don't. So yeah, I'm actually surprised you like that. I didn't know that. But yeah, I would have to truthfully be honest.
We played enough on Rock Band.
I want to seem hardcore, but I really like Sound of Silence.
Well, I only know songs because we play them on Rock Band.
Yeah, we haven't played that in ages.
I know it's been too long.
Yeah, it has been. We still have all the stuff. We need to break it out again.
Yeah, and Lance and Paula's. Honest Battler has a super chat for $1.99. Eric Grove, you're awesome. I concur.
Well, yeah, thank you. On Eric's behalf, thank you. It's very nice of you.
We thank you for Eric. We speak for Eric.
Eric is great.
Eric is having everybody to his house for dinner. Actually, I like Hannah, so no, that's not happening.
I've got a real tangent here. I need to try and solve.
Fix that tangent.
So the tangent I had was this line running in with the knuckle. So I just lifted that knuckle, and I should actually go in and use a little whiteout and clean that up. But it's an easy thing to just fix just by breaking that.
So, Honest Battler has another super chat for $1.99. Honest Battler wants to know, did you two ever watch Doctor Who, Doctors 9 through 12, Season 3, Episode 10? We have not watched any Doctor Who.
No, but it's on the list. Now that I'm watching Star Trek, a show that I never really thought I'd be a fan of because, it's cheesy. Compared to like Star Wars, I like the aesthetic of Star Wars. Now that I've been watching Star Trek, though, I love the aesthetic. Like it just grew on me. And I feel like I'm ready for Doctor Who, which never had the highest production values. So, I always looked at it like, I don't know. But yeah, I want to watch it now. So I think we're gonna, at some point, we need to put that on the list. Just give it a try. Are you willing to watch it, Merida?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's usually enough.
That's not a no. That's, as Isaac would say, that's not a yes, but that's not a no. I'd take it.
And usually I'll think about it. You know, yeah,
he knows that basically means yes, but just not right now.
Right.
All right. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $1.99. Daniel says, "Hi guys, congrats at 150K."
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Oh, and
150K. It happened fast.
It did. In a year.
We just did 100K.
Desiran has a super chat for $4.99. Hey, as a person wanting to go into comics or animation, do you think going to college is needed?
Needed? No, it's not. Because you get hired based on, you know, for comics, your work, for animation, you know, your
no mom
reel.
wants to hear this answer.
Well, you know what I would say is
it's true.
Dropping out of school, I wouldn't recommend it. You'd be better off to go into business, you know, like the most successful dentists out there, the ones that, you know, rake in all the cash are the ones that are also good at business. And it's a missing skill for artists. I don't have it. So I would say, yeah, going into business is good. The real benefit of going to art school, especially if you go to a good one, is the education you can get. Like Art Center in Pasadena, you're not going to get a better education than that. The Joe Kubert School, I mean, Lee Weeks teaches there. So, you know, if you can beat that, I don't know. I don't think you can. And the, you know, the Kubert brothers, I mean, you know, I think the value of the education you get is valuable just in of itself. Also, a lot of companies will go through.
This is not paid advertising for the Kubert Art School.
No, companies will go through and look at students' work and offer critiques, and also they're headhunting. You know, it sounds worse than I mean it. They're looking for people. So if your work stands out, yeah, you can get discovered there, and it's an easier way to get discovered than it is just at a convention or out of the blue. Like it can be very difficult securing your first work, especially if you're looking to work for one of the bigger companies, because they really have a lot more to choose from, you know. But if you can do the work, and this is really what it comes down to. I mean, it's not an easy thing. Like, it doesn't just happen to be able to do the level of work that they're looking for. But if you can, it's a really great way to get found and to make a lot of really great connections. Also, so many professionals have gone to the Kubert School, and so, you know, you'll know a lot of peers just coming in, which is, you know, networking is important. And you know, Art Center in Pasadena, I think there are other ones too, not just Art Center. You know, good schools like that can really offer you a lot of assistance in job placement. I think working in concept art, that kind of thing, yeah, you don't need education, but it's very, very helpful, because you're working, generally speaking, at an actual place. Like, the one thing about comics is you work at home. So, you know, if you never shower and you are horrible to get along with, well, they don't really see you every day. So they're pretty forgiving of that. But, you know, you work at a place and they want to know that you can, you know, survive with other human beings. And so an education kind of tells them that a little bit, I think. So yes and no.
All right. Somebody else is looking to get banned.
Uh-oh.
Gmon78 has a super chat for £5. I hate to argue with Meredith. He's worried about getting banned. No. But personally, I thought that Daredevil painting was excellent. Trek, cheesy, them's fighting words.
Well, thank you very much. I was happy with parts of it. I really was, you know, and all in all, like, it's not like I'm so unhappy with it.
No, I just know, like, your paintings usually have more dimension.
Is it my best work?
No.
Right. And that, you know,
like, your Punisher was killer.
Well, thank you.
See, I say nice things all the time.
You do. So yeah, you know, I was happy with it, but yeah, not my best. And I still don't totally know why. Like, I know what you said. I just don't know how to fix it, but it gives me something to think about, which is what you want, you know?
Oh my gosh, I have the funniest thing. Amateur artist. Meredith, my mom asked me how much longer is left. I'm not in a rush. Just want to let her know. How much time is left, Dave?
9:40.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we're going to be finished in 15 minutes.
15. You heard it. Thank you for asking the question. I was getting ready to ask, and now I don't get blamed for.
Yeah, Thanos has a really nice superhero costume, like classic superhero costume. So it goes a little quicker. Some of these characters, costume gets so complex that I'm here all night.
Henry Jeremick says, Dave Meredith used to have to watch Star Trek, the original series, which we do. We have so much Star Trek to get through. I just don't know. The original is not on Netflix, so we'll have to find it.
We'll find it. We'll definitely find it.
After watching Next Gen, you're going to find it slow.
I don't care. And I want to watch the pilot, totally different cast, except for I think Spock is the only character that they kept for, you know, whatever reason, but yeah, I want to see the original.
Super chat from Jim Klein for $5. Happy B-Day, Dave, and congrats to both on 150K and 1 year of the stream. You're great. I feel like Tony the Tiger. By the way, since you said you like him, can you get Sleepwalker on the list? I guess that question is really for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. And that was
Jim Klein.
That was Jim Klein. Okay.
Wants to know if he can get Sleepwalker on the list. What happened to you? I just like zoned out there for a minute.
Usually I'm pretty good at drawing and like being able to kind of keep part of my head. And
you totally were concentrating.
Yeah, I zoned out a little bit.
Concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah, I'd love to draw Sleepwalker. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm going to say I have learned drawing characters that have current shows on TV, very good way to get views. Not that I would care, you know, but it's nice to draw characters like that too, that are, you know, nobody knows who they are, but it's just fun. And I really would actually like to do that. It's not that late. Stop yawning.
Listen, this is my time. I always yawn after 9:30. It's like, it's just my thing. It's my jam. Kenny Wang says that he got admitted to Art Center with the scholarship, but he was also admitted to U of T in business. He wanted to go to LA, but his mom said it's not safe. So Kenny's coming to Canada. Close the border. Close the airports.
So
Kenny's coming to Canada.
That's great.
Kenny, you will still be able to be an artist and you'll be able to make money because you went to business school.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. And, you know, Art Center, it's a great school.
And congratulations. That is incredible. Business school and Art Center. Because I can't imagine Art Center is easy to get into.
Oh, no, it is hard. It is not easy. I remember Sheridan, which is a Toronto art school. Very, very good school. I tried to get in about a year before I got into comics, around, and I got rejected.
Is that my sad trombone?
Yeah, well, I didn't have the kind of work that they wanted to see, you know? Like I had some Spider-Man samples.
Different now.
Might be different now.
I think it is. Comics are much more mainstream.
Yeah, it was
cool.
Comic book samples, and they kind of, you know, dumped on him a little bit nicely. I mean, the guy was so nice. You know what? Listen to me. I was bitter about not getting in, but he really was actually very, very nice. So while he might, not have appreciated or really understood,
you're not the artist he was looking for.
I'm not the artist he was looking for, but he was very, very nice about it, which makes me kind of sad to have not gotten the chance to go. Actually, I think I would have gotten a lot out of an artist like that.
Honest Battler you probably would have, but then you wouldn't have had to find your own way and become the artist you are.
Yeah, you know,
all things as they're meant to be, David.
Take the path as it comes.
That's right. Honest Battler, super chat for $9.99. Hey, David, while you're working, if you need to block out the world with music and focus on work, Grendel's Wish has impeccable playlists on YouTube. It's like mental depth and excitement.
Okay.
Writing that down. Thank you so much for the super chat, Honest Battler.
All right. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Thank you.
Ooh, there's a Star Trek animated series.
Really?
Who knew that?
When did that happen?
I don't know, but Humongous Feet, Automodern just says that. I didn't even know. All right. El Grillo Mariscal has a super chat for $10. I know you really can't, but what do I have to do to have you draw anything Spawn for me? I could cut your grass, wash your dishes, give you my firstborn, name it. LOL. Hashtag Meredith is the best. I'll take everything. I'll take the grass cutting, the dishwashing. I don't need the firstborn. I'm trying to get rid of mine. How about like mucking stalls, feeding horses, planting grass,
spiraling out of control fast.
We did do you did do a Spawn stream though.
I did a Spawn stream, and I also did a Spawn head that we gave away. I think that was at 75,000. So I'll have to do another one. And next week is our next big giveaway.
It is. We got to come up with some stuff. We're gonna have to like put our heads together for this one.
Yeah,
it's a big 1 year anniversary. I'm gonna have to go to the store. Actually, go in a store. I mean, the good news is by next week. Not the dollar
store.
No, the good news is by next week I might actually be able to go into a store.
Oh, I cannot wait. There's paint that I want to get. I want to get.
I mean, I don't know how much open Ontario is going to be, but we might be able to go into.
I've been waiting over a month just to get a black colored pencil in the mail.
Yeah,
put it that way. That's how it's been.
That's where we're at right now, because that's not essential.
It's not essential.
It's not an essential good. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $4.99. Watch the Netflix series Ragnarok on Netflix. It's a Norwegian show based on the Norse mythology of Thor in modern times. It's excellent.
Huh.
Thank you. I've seen it, Daniel. So, and we do have it in Canada. So I have seen it.
Have I seen it?
I've seen it, just like I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
I've just seen it on Netflix.
Oh.
So we'll have to watch it.
Yeah, we'll have to give it a try.
Oh, and Henry Jeremick says that Star Trek, the original series, is on every Monday on Sci-Fi Channel. I'm watching it right now since the Leafs just lost 3-1.
It's heartbreaking.
You know what's sad is I remember as a little girl going over my nanny and granddad's house. And my granddad would make like popcorn and put lots of butter on it, and he would put Molly McButter on it on top of the butter, and we'd sit there and we'd all watch the Leafs, and he believed then that they were going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be their time.
He died when I was in my 20s. That was a really long time ago.
Yeah. You know what, though? It's the nature of sports, you know. Unless you're a Detroit Lions fan, it's worth sticking around for your team.
Yep. Gmon 78.
I only say that as a Detroit Lions fan, by the way. So, you know, Detroit Lions fans, I'm with you.
All right.
Just a little bitter.
No, not at all. I think Toronto is just like, you can just give up. All right. Gmon 78 has a super chat for £5. Star Trek, the original series, is on UK Netflix. VPN. The original pilot was Spot, and Captain Pike is called The Cage. Captain Pike.
Yeah.
It's a totally different captain, too?
The entire cast, except for Spock. Except for Leonard Nimoy. Totally different.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, very interesting. I think it was.
I don't want to say that we would never ever use a VPN. Just in case.
No, of course not.
Just in case someone's listening.
You know what, though? I'm sure we can find it here. I have no doubt.
I might have to pay for it. I'm sure I can get it on Apple TV. I'll just have to pay a fortune for it.
I need to remember the ones that are toast.
Just throw them. You need a garbage pail.
You know what, though? That's where
that's that
I've
corner.
got a garbage
that's what
bag
that
just on the other side.
Corner over there.
My backdrop here.
That's just the corner where I throw my garbage.
You know what? It's not fair because I can't get up and start throwing stuff in the garbage right now.
Sure.
And I don't just leave garbage on the floor.
I'm looking at a piece of garbage on the floor right now.
Where?
That box with gum stuck to the side of it.
But there's also gum in it.
That's even worse.
That
is not making your point.
Okay, but it's not garbage yet. It's not garbage yet.
Young Bono, help him out. Thank you for the super chat. Young Bono said for $1. Young Bono says, "You're the best. What do you think is the best tip for beginners?"
Let me zoom in quickly, and I'm kind of doing his face and can't really see much. So let me. Okay, so I'm going to say for beginners, the best advice is that I can think of is to just crack open a book, find your favorite artist that you'd like to draw like, and now don't worry because you don't have to draw like them forever. It's but your earliest influences will be your strongest influences, so you want to think about it a little bit, and just copy some pictures. That's what I did, and it broke the ice for me, just copying some Jim Lee and some Mark Silvestri, and it just kind of gave me a feel for for drawing that kind of stuff. And while I wasn't where I needed to be, obviously I had no idea how to draw on my own yet, and I had a lot to learn. It was a really rewarding experience, and I think it was actually a very valuable experience. And I look at that stuff now, and it's not great, but it was a start, and it made me feel like, you know what, it's right for me. I liked it. I was very excited about it. I remember running around the house, chasing my mother down, trying to show it to her. Here, look at this, and then from there, you want to start study, proportions. And by the way, howtodrawcomics.net. Clayton Barton was just here, and might still be here. And I highly recommend a video on his YouTube channel. You can find it. It's proportions. It's a video on proportions, the best proportion video I've seen. And I really recommend taking a look at that and just learn figure proportions, and then start working on just sketching basic figures. The way that I did the layout for this picture here, just a really, really simple, quick sketch of a figure. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way is really great for that. You can copy how John Buscema does some of his quick sketches. And so you want to get your overall figure just kind of working so you can draw a figure. And, anatomy still, again, comes afterwards. So that's the next step. And then you want to start, concentrating on learning where your anatomy goes. And that's kind of the first stages, I think, the best way to proceed. And there's so much ground to cover, you're not going to get it all at once anyway. But you want to set yourself up for as much success as you can get. And I think that copying from an artist that's very, very good is a really nice way to ease yourself into it, get a feel for it, kind of with training wheels, and then, you start your study in earnest, and you want to start with foundational things. And the overall figure, being able to gesture in an overall figure is the #1 foundational skill of drawing comics. And then your anatomy and your building blocks of figures and other things too, but you really want to concentrate on figures at first is next. And then you'll spend years refining your anatomy, trying it in the style of different artists, and deciding what you like and what you don't like, and looking at choices that artists made. But if you can make educated choices about their choices, if you can look at it and say, okay, they're making this choice, and it's not just, it looks cool, I don't know why, you can really get a lot more out of it. And yeah, it's years of study, and that is the beauty of it. That's why this job is so great. Yeah, you have to do this for years, and yeah, you're always learning, but you get to always learn, and there's new things, and there are new artists that come along that are phenomenal. And it's not a job that you just learn and then you stagnate for the rest of your life. So, if that's you and you want to have something that's fulfilling for forever, and you don't want to retire. Now, probably you want to work out your finances so you can retire. But, if you want to have that kind of a job, it's a great way to go. Long answer. I apologize.
All right. Steven Carrera has a super chat for $5. Steven wants to know, as a comic artist, do you do any master studies? And if so, what artist do you typically choose? As a landscape artist, I often do Albert Bierstad's studies.
Yeah, I do actually all the time. Now, when I say master studies, I'm looking at the artists that I consider to be masters. Mike Mignola, all the artists that I show in my, Monday night draw. We're here on Monday night, the book of the week. So yes, I do. Not enough. I think I need to do it more. I really did a bit of a deep dive on Claire Wendling a couple years ago, and it's still resonating in my work. I can feel it in places, and I know I could get more out of it. And I would like to do something like a video kind of going through that process. Now, there is a video. It's a live stream where we went through some Frazetta. And that's really kind of how I go about it. But yeah, I think it's an incredibly valuable thing to do. The one thing I was not able to do that I would like to do more is just going through Frazetta and just doing gesture drawings of different characters. Or Claire Wendling is probably my favorite for that. I love her just how dynamic and interesting her characters are. So yeah, I think it is the best way to grow.
All right. That was the last super chat question. But I think that's because you're finishing right now, right?
I am. I'm just about done. And I'm going to stay down here quickly and get this one posted up because I've kind of forgotten to post my pictures after I finished. So they never end up in the community tab and I don't want to forget. So
oh, fair enough. All right. Let me just confirm because there's some questions. Next week is the 100,000 subscriber 1 year anniversary giveaway.
150,000.
Oh, that's what I meant. It's past 10 o'clock. It's not quite 10 o'clock. Whatever. It's still past any night that I normally would go to bed.
Right.
So there'll be stuff that we're giving away, including a spectacular Wonder Woman drawing by Meredith Finch. Meredith is also going to dance for you. I might even write a song. There'll be...
I'm going to be sick next Monday.
There'll be cake. There'll be balloons.
We're all going to be sick next Monday.
It's going to be so much fun. You do not.
Spider. Tiny little baby spider.
Kill it.
I'm not going to kill it.
If you don't kill it, I'll get up and kill it. Kill it. We have 5,000 spiders in this house.
All right. He escaped. It's too late.
It's just because you're on stream. You'd kill him if you were off stream.
No. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I kind of haven't been a lot because they eat other bugs.
Not that many spiders.
Yeah, I don't know. Living in the country.
I'm going to get...
Living in the country with an unfinished basement. All right. So that's it.
That's it. We're all done.
We'll see you guys next week for our 150,000 subscriber giveaway. It should be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, have a great week, everyone, and have a great rest of Memorial Day. I know it's getting a little bit late, so you guys are probably going to bed soon, but enjoy the last little bit of it, and we will see you all next week.
See you next week. Rest up.